everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be having a look at some perfumes I have decluttered that I regret decluttering. So get yourself comfy, grab yourself a wee drink if you would like to, and let's jump right into the video. So I've kind of categorised these into perfumes that I sort of regret moving on and perfumes that I really regret decluttering. So I think I'll start with the perfumes that I sort of regret moving on, and then like towards the end I'll share with you the ones that I do miss like a fair bit from my collection, and I'll sort of talk about whether or not I think I will like bring them back into my collection as well. So first up we have Ariana Grande's Cloud, and this is a perfume that I sort of regret moving it on because it is a really good perfume, especially for a celebrity scent. So let me know if you guys have tried this or if you've owned it. I'm guessing most of you will have at least like tried it. I mean, I could be wrong, just let me know. I just kind of feel like it's one of those perfumes that's really quite good. Oh, my hair's getting caught in my ring there. It's quite a good fragrance, particularly for it being a celebrity scent, and I suppose it's kind of for that reason that I regret moving it on. I just kind of wish I'd kept it, to be honest. It was a bit sweet for me sometimes, but overall, like, I would enjoy wearing it occasionally. So anyway, that's Ariana Grande Cloud. I'm not too upset about it, to be honest. Actually, if truth be told, I was kind of looking forward to purchasing the Intense one, but I haven't seen that out anywhere in the UK yet. So yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of waiting patiently for the Intense version of Cloud. I was gonna pick that one up, but like I say, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in the UK yet, so that's that one there. The next one that I sort of regret moving on was Elie Saab Le Parfum. And I regret moving that one on because it is a stunning jasmine and orange blossom fragrance, and it would have been really good to have to reference in my videos. You know, it's one that I would really recommend as well, so I feel like I should have kept it to mention in videos, just because of how much of a standout scent it really is. The reason I moved it on is because I didn't feel like it suited me and I didn't feel comfortable wearing it, which, to be honest, that's a valid reason to move a fragrance on, in my opinion, really, but I do kind of wish I'd kept it just because it's such a good one, and it would have been nice to like review, and to be fair, I probably would have enjoyed wearing it every once in a blue moon. So that's Elie Saab Le Parfum, a really gorgeous jasmine. To me it's really the jasmine that shines, but I know there's orange blossom and honey and patchouli and things like that in there as well. Overall, it's just a stunning scent, and I do kind of regret moving it on. I think I found it was a bit loud for me, it was a bit obnoxious, it was kind of too sharp and bossy, so that's why I did declutter it. But like I say, it's a stunning fragrance. It's a stunning fragrance, and I do kind of wish that I had just kept it. So that's that one there. Next we have Kenzo Flower Elixir, and this is another stunning fragrance. I believe the reason I moved that one on was because the bottle kind of annoyed me, like the shape of the bottle, and also I seem to remember the lasting power wasn't all that great. But you know, aside from that, it was a stunning fragrance. It was this kind of powdery, cocoa powdery fragrance. Was there coffee in there? I can't quite remember, but it was a really nice, like sweet, chunky, powdery type of fragrance. Like, it was really very nice. Yeah, I can't even remember why I moved that one on, to be quite honest with you. I genuinely can't even think why it was, but I think it might have been a combination of the lasting power, which wasn't great, and like the bottle itself, but again, I can't really fully remember, so that's another one that I do regret a little bit. And then the last one here is Juicy Couture's Gold Couture, and I suppose, to be honest, I'm not really that bothered about having let that one go, but I think the thing with that one is it's quite an iconic fragrance, it's very well known, it's such an easy reach type of a scent, like, you know, quite fun, lighthearted, flirtatious, very nice and sweet. It's one of those nice mass appealing type of fragrances that lighthearted, doesn't take itself too seriously, you know, it's that type of a scent, and it's a good one, you know, it smells really nice, it smells very feminine to me, it's very flirty, quite seductive even for like a date scenario. and the bottle's quite like fun as well. So I do kind of regret moving that one on. The only one that I now own from the Juicy Couture line is Glistening Amber. I don't have it here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't have it here to show you, but that's the only one I have left from the whole line of Juicy Couture fragrances. So now moving on to the perfumes that I really regret decluttering. First up we have Britney Spears' Private Show, and I actually feel really like tempted to repurchase that one, as in add it back into my collection, just because it is a really good one. While we're on the subject actually, I'd really appreciate any recommendations for other Britney Spears fragrances. At the moment I own Fantasy Intense and I also own Fantasy Intimate Edition. I know I've seen Prerogative and for some reason that one kind of intrigues me, and there are other ones that she's come up with quite a few I think, and I think they are generally quite nice, so I would appreciate any more recommendations. I have a feeling I might be purchasing a few more from her, from the line. So Britney Spears' Private Show, it's such a nice milky, like sweet, comforting scent, you guys. It kind of reminds me of like a very, very milky latte. Like a sweet, milky latte with just like a hint of coffee in there. Just warm, frothy milk. It just kind of reminds me of those nice, cozy, comforting things, and it was just such a nice one to have. It's almost like a pajama day in a fragrance. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those really nice, cozy, sweet, flirty, comforting, soft kind of scents. I mean, the only, like, it wasn't perfect, you know, so the opening of the fragrance smells a bit cheap. It smells a bit like alcohol-y when you first spray it, and like the cap was a bit cheap, it didn't go on properly. But so it wasn't perfect, but on the whole it was such a good fragrance, and especially for the price it smelled incredible. Like the dry down of the fragrance was incredible, the bottle looked really pretty and everything like that. So I do kind of regret moving that one on. I am tempted to re-add it back into my collection. I don't think I've ever done that, you guys. I don't think I've ever decluttered a perfume and then purchased it again back into my collection. Like that would be a first if I do end up doing that. So we'll see, but I definitely regret decluttering that fragrance, and that was a Private Show from Britney Spears. The next one here is, I honestly don't know why I moved this one on, you guys. Seriously, it was such a good one, but it was Aura au Sensuelle from Mugler. And this is a really nice, soft, pillowy, marshmallow-like fragrance with green nuances. So overall, it kind of reminded me of, like, if you imagine a pastel green marshmallow that's infused with like matcha tea or something like that. That's basically what it reminded me of. It's a really, really nice one. I do miss it. I think the bottle was very, very pretty as well, and I am kind of tempted to add it back into my collection. I think the reason I moved it on in the first place is because I prefer the original Aura, and at the time I was overwhelmed with like how many bottles I owned, and I just wanted to like get rid of a bulk of bottles. So I think that was the reason I moved it on. I honestly can't even remember, you guys, but it's one that occurred to me recently, and I was just thinking how good it is, and I was just wondering like why I moved it on. So that's Mugler Aura au Sensuelle, a really gorgeous, pillowy soft, likeable fragrance that's still very unique. Next we have Lancome's Poême, and oh my goodness, you guys, this fragrance is stunning. It's absolutely stunning, and I feel like the only reason I moved it on really is because I got a bit tired of it. I had it in my collection for a really long time, like it was a number of years that I'd owned it, maybe 2 years or so, and I'd used quite a lot of it actually, but I did end up moving it onto a new home, and I kind of feel like I should have just kept it because it's such a classic, you know. It's one of those very nice, elegant, understated, opulent, rich, mature leaning, sophisticated fragrances. It really is stunning, very like classical, very, very elegant, kind of an explosion of florals with amber, basically. That's kind of how I remember it. It was so nice. The bottle was beautiful, the name was beautiful, it suited it very well, and the fact that it was quite a complex, vibrant type of fragrance, you know, it just reminds me of a poem itself, you know what I mean? It's one of those fragrances where the bottle, the name and the scent married up very nicely, and it's just such a romantic fragrance, and I do regret having moved that one on. I feel like I should have kept it. Next we have Valentina Poudre. Now this is another one I should have probably just kept, because the reason I moved it on is because I grew quite tired of it. It's quite a simple, linear, powdery fragrance. However, I feel like I could have just layered it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I layered it with my Mugler. Like, I'm pretty sure I tried out layering this with that fragrance and they layered very nicely. So in a way, I don't know why I didn't just keep it, you guys. So that's that one. I kind of missed my Valentina Poudre as well. Also, I could be wrong, but I feel like that one's been discontinued now, hasn't it? Not that I would necessarily have purchased that one again. I don't think I would have purchased Valentina Poudre and added it back into my collection anyway, but like the fact that it's been discontinued just makes it all that little bit worse, doesn't it? And the last one I have here that I do really regret decluttering is Angel Muse, and that's a fragrance, for all it didn't really sit well with me to wear it on its own. I do feel like I could have layered it, and I didn't really persevere with that. I don't think I tried layering that with anything. I just kind of thought, oh, it's too spicy, it's too heavy, it's too sharp, I'm gonna just move it on. So I feel like if I had actually tried mixing it with something, maybe Black Opium, maybe something sweeter and smoother, mixing it with Angel Muse, maybe that would have really softened it up and things like that, but I never bothered giving that a try. I just like moved it on. And I think the other thing as well, you guys, the Mugler house has really been growing on me. Like, so Mugler as a perfume house in general is something I really like. I really enjoy a lot of their fragrances, and I'm more interested in them now as a perfume house, more so than I was back then. So I feel like from a collector's point of view, it would have been nice to have just another one from the Mugler house, as someone who loves perfume and is now quite interested in that house, if you know what I mean. But alas, I moved that one on as well. I know the Angel Muse Eau de Toilette, that's quite a nice one as well, so I might give that a try and maybe add in the Eau de Toilette instead. Or maybe one day I'll add back in Angel Muse. I'm not quite sure at this point. It is quite a sharp fragrance. From what I remember, it has like a grapefruit note, and I think that kind of grated on me. I think it's grapefruit, maybe even pink pepper, hazelnut spread, vetiver and patchouli. That could be some of the notes. And overall it was quite sharp to me, but I do definitely feel like I could have tried layering it with something else, if you know what I mean. But anyway, those are some perfumes I kind of regret decluttering. Let me know if this has ever happened to you. I never thought this would happen, you guys. Like, I've always been so certain in my decisions to move a perfume on, and on the whole now, I would say I can accept now the fact that I'm gonna have more perfumes than maybe the average person, just because I have this channel and I talk about them a lot, and I feel like I can allow myself to own more perfumes for that reason. But I remember, like, at the time when I was decluttering so many bottles, it's because I didn't want that. I didn't want to have so many surplus bottles that I could never actually use up totally. Do you know what I mean? But now I've realised that obviously I review perfumes and it's okay to have more than normal and everything like that. But I just thought I'd share that with you because it's kind of an interesting observation I made recently, like the fact that I kind of missed having them. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, don't forget to give it a wee like and click that subscribe button below. Thanks again for stopping by, take care, and I can't wait to see you again on my next video. Bye!